But this weekend is a wild card weekend for the NFL playoffs. We've got 6 games. Seahawks, 49ers, Chargers, Jaguars, Dolphins, Bills, Giants, Vikings, Ravens, Bengals, and Cowboys and Buccaneers. What are you guys looking at this weekend? You see anything that's enticing you? Austin?
The Ravens are enticing, but I have no idea if Lamar Jackson's going to play. So that's the big one I'm looking at. If we get Lamar, I think Baltimore can keep that close for sure. Otherwise, you're looking at like parlaying the Niners and the Bills and, those big favorites trying to just get something reasonable.
Right. Jacob, what are you at?
I'm kind of looking at the Seahawks and 49ers because if I'm not wrong, the 49ers have won twice. So this would be their third time if they win.
Right.
And it'd be extremely hard to do that. But I think that they're a for sure, they're, if not number one to win the Super Bowl. I think Eagles is first and then you got the 49ers, but they're looking really good.
And right now, I mean, I said it last week when I took them on the futures to win the Super Bowl that the 49ers are the most complete team in the NFL right now. And the way Brock Purdy's playing, the way that offense is playing, it's hard. I don't know how you pick against them. They've Christian McCaffrey's running wild. Deebo Samuel's going to be back at some point. I don't know if it's this week or not, but I would assume he'll be back before the end of the season. And if they get him back, I mean, I don't know who's gonna beat the 49ers at this point. Even the Eagles, I'm not sure who's going to be. I don't think the Eagles are going to beat the 49ers if they get, they both get to the NFC title game.
Well, you saw the 49ers, they were the last week of the game, they tried to do the stop run. Well, then all of a sudden you just open up the passing game because they're just trying to stop Christian McCaffrey, but then you can't stop him.
And then you got Brock Purdy to George Kittle, and it's impossible to deal with.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're looking at, so right now the 49ers are 9.5-point favorites over the Seahawks. I'll take them to cover that, actually. I know that's a big spread for the playoffs, but I'm going to take them to cover that 9.5 points. Seattle's fine. They're not like anything special, but 49ers are playing unbelievably well right now.
And I don't think Geno Smith is looking as great as he was at the beginning of the season.
I'm with you there. So if I'm taking something, I'm going to take the 49ers on the spread, and I might even be willing to parlay that in with like a, let's see. See, the problem is we don't know if Lamar is going to play. If you find out Lamar is not playing, I'd take the 49ers to cover 9.5 and the Bengals to cover 8.5. But I'd assume the line will move a little bit depending on whether or not Lamar plays. I'd be probably comfortable parlaying that. I know, Austin, you were just trying to kind of piece some stuff together to get some value out of that wild card round. Were you going to jump on any of that?
I might. I mean, you just do like your money line parlay with the Niners and the Bills, and then a third just to try and get some decent value out of it.
So if you take the Bills and the Niners by themselves, it's a -278. That's not
so then you're looking
at payout.
Like, what if you add the Bengals in there with?
So if you add the Bengals in there, that gets you to -143, which isn't terrible.
That's still not great. Okay.
It's not great, but it's not. It's like you don't really love that. If you felt like, I guess I don't know how you're feeling about like the Jags over the Chargers. Chargers are 2-point favorites. You can get Jags on a +105 there, so that gets you to +180 if you add the Jags in as a third part of that parlay.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a pick saved that I like. So
okay,